This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at GDC 2017. To my immediate right is Patrick von Bergen, who's head of marketing for Tobii Technology. I hope I got all that right.
Yeah, Tobii Tech,
right,
correct.
Good stuff. So what does Tobii Technology do?
Tobii Tech is really the powerhouse in terms of technology for eye tracking. So basically the business idea is that we want to embed our technology into pretty much all kind of devices, and by doing that introducing a new modality that is using your eyes, so the system knows your intentions.
So why is this so important? Why is eye tracking so important?
Well, actually when you were a small baby, you were like lying there and you're looking at things and you went like this. So the whole concept of aiming with your eyes and then stretch out to take something is very natural. So when it comes to VR, what eye tracking does to VR is kind of similar to what touch did to mobile. So what I mean by that is, if you have a mobile phone, you look at it, you click around on the menus, and then finally you click, you do something. Or if you have a PC, you look at the icon, you take your mouse, and you kind of do mouse travel, and then you click. It's like 3 steps. But touch, you look, you click. So we're taking out a full step. So that's really what makes eye tracking like the next natural step for VR.
So it sounds like it's an accelerated interface, if that makes sense.
Well, it actually brings it back to natural. One can argue that we sort of taken a detour over the last 30-40 years with computers, going over, like using the mouse to navigate what we're looking at, rather than just stretching out and taking it. And with the head-mounted displays that are out there today, you're actually aiming with your head. I mean, that's not natural to aim with your forehead. So when
we're not owls.
Yeah. No, but it's like you see someone do with a head-mounted display. You see them go like this, right? Not very natural. So the idea is basically just bringing it back to natural.
Okay, good stuff. Now you mentioned HTC Vive. I actually tried a demo out earlier, and it's not just about looking at objects and being able to pick them out with your eyes. I think there's also a realism aspect to this. Like what does this do for social? What kinds of things are you experimenting with?
So basically, we're collaborating with Valve, and one of the things we're showing here at GDC is that we're doing together with the guys at Against Gravity, the Rec Room. We are doing a demo where we showcase how social interaction actually works. And the whole idea is basically what's going on right now between you and me is that when I talk to you, you're nodding and you're looking at me. But if it had been a normal avatar in a virtual reality, I would be staring. I like the 10,000 mile stare. I wouldn't be interacting with you. So what we're showcasing in our demos is what happens, the experience you actually get when someone is kind of alive with eyes, and it's really powerful. But I think where you really see the power is when you're 3 or 4 people, because you and I, like this, if we stand in front of us, it's pretty obvious you're pointing the eyes in our direction. But if it's 3 people interacting, then you really see the dynamics. So we think this is like really exciting from a gaming perspective. But where this really propels into a new dimension is if you think of it, if you have an avatar in a forum or in a social media, that just opens up a new dimension, a new type of application where eye tracking is like the enabler.
One of the big benefits of eye tracking, or something that people are experimenting with, is foveated rendering. Right. That you only have to focus the processing power on where you're looking rather than the whole scene. Yeah. Has Tobii had any progress there?
Absolutely. We have a foveated rendering demo. We've been showcasing that for a couple of months. So we have a whole team just working on that. And absolutely, it's one of those areas where eye tracking has an implication from a strictly technology perspective, where the hypothesis is basically that we're going to be able to run really great VR experiences on less CPU or GPU processes than if you didn't use forwarded rendering. And that implication of that is that the hardware will not cost that much, which means that you can reach a greater audience. So one could argue it's one of those things that could bootstrap the whole VR concept.
Okay, good stuff. One more question for you. Looking at the Tobii exhibit, what I see is you've either got eye tracking embedded in, let's say, notebook computers. Yep. You've got eye tracking as an add-on for computers that if you don't have the device, you could still benefit from it. And I saw an HTC Vive, which was benefiting from eye tracking. Is Tobii looking at creating an add-on device for virtual reality devices?
No, we don't really believe in that. We really think that all head-mounted displays should have eye tracking embedded into them, and that's our business model, that we want to embed it into all HMDs. There are an awful lot of laptops and monitors out there, so we want to have something to snap onto them, because you shouldn't have to buy a new laptop, so that's why we did that. And then, of course, the laptop industry is a mature industry. They're all out there, but the whole VR thing is kind of happening now. So we just want to be integrated and being part of that.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at Tobii at GDC 2017. Thank you for watching.